Okay, hi. So first of all, I would like to say that I am absolutely stoked to be an ambassador of Appletree Surfboards. I love their business philosophy based around sustainability, and their shapes and designs are awesome. Build quality, literally, I think, second to none. I'm going to take you through the Appleslice version 2 wingfoil boards. This one here is the 4.9, 22.5 inches wide and 60 litres. So Appletree do two wingfoil boards, the Appleslice and the Jazz. The Jazz is their dedicated freestyle board, jumping, manoeuvres. The design specs are geared more towards that side, whereas the original Appleslice was their general, all-round, all-performing wingfoil boards. And since they introduced the Jazz, which was very specifically designed for freestyle, they decided to upgrade the original Appleslice. The version 2 is now more orientated towards having a real surfy feel. It could be used for racing if you want to, but really I think it excels at surfing. Of course, you can do all the freestyle tricks and the jumps with it if you want. You can still do all of that, but I'll take you through some of the design features in a minute. And let's start off with construction. It's rock solid, it really is. Forget about ding proof, it's bomb proof. It feels so sturdy and solid. Their construction methods are unique for themselves. I'm not going to go into it. You can contact them if you want to know more. But it just oozes quality, it really does. Quality of this board, all of their boards are well known. They are renowned for seriously good quality boards. And the weight to strength ratio is also excellent. This is their 60 litre board, which is 5 kilos on the button. And obviously the 50 litre board is going to be, I'm guessing, around about close to 4.5 kilos. And looking around at all the other brands for the sizes of wing specific boards, that's a really good weight. Most of the other brands are considerably heavier, and I dare say not quite as strong as this as well. Wingfoil boards have to be strong. You know, they're put through their paces. You know, all the jumping, all the tricks. This one here, you can just tell by the feel of it. It's going to look this good in years, I reckon. You can jump and not worry about a bad landing. And even if you do ding it, they use a very unique foam, which is closed cell. So the board will not take on water if you do ding it. They say on their website you can just carry on with your session and have a few sessions before you get around to repairing it. It just will not take on board water. Obviously, if it's structurally damaged, then you do need to repair it. But just a little ding, you don't have to worry about the water getting inside and causing damage. The closed cell foam has the additional benefit of not allowing the board to expand in the heat, so there's no danger of delamination either. A really, really good bonus for those people who live in hot countries especially. Okay, so let's have a look at the shape. For those people that know the original version of the Appleslice, the nose was very angular, and it then had, as a result, it had fairly parallel outline to the rails. The first thing that you notice about the version 2 is that it's got this lovely surf orientated shape for the nose. So if you do touch down when you're carving, chances are this is going to help you just carry on, without any problems at all, or glance off the water back up onto the foil without any problems. The original Appleslice had a very pronounced tail kick, whereas it's completely opposite on this version 2. Instead of the tail kicking up, the tail is a really flat hull all the way to the back. In actual fact, it's angled down to give you a little bit more length, that extra planing area there, to enable, along with the flat hull, to enable for those really fast, high aspect foils that need a little bit more speed than the old style foils in order to get up onto foil. I'm saying the difference between this and my old board that had a tail kick, I didn't realise it was going to make that much difference, but it really does. I've been using the Axis Arts foils from the 799 all the way up to the 1099, and it really does. It's surprising how much of a difference it makes. It just feels so smooth and easy to get up onto the foil now. Okay, so let's have a look at the rest of the hull. So in the nose, hopefully you can see it. On first glance, it looks like there's the slightest double concave. So that line, that line there, either side of it, it's not actually a recess either side. This is like a protruding V. So it's what they call a boat hull shape, or designed after a boat hull. So it slopes in and up on both sides, just the slightest amount. Now, it's impossible for me to say exactly how much of an impact that has, but what I can tell you is that it makes for such smooth touchdowns. Combined with the rails, the hull shape, it just doesn't bother me if I touch down on the rail. It's just gonna, I can carry on without worrying about the board gripping into the water or redirecting me or stalling, anything like that. It's very, very smooth. And with that, let's get on to the rails. So the rails are really different to the original Appleslice as well. Whereas the original Appleslice have got a very pronounced bevel running pretty much from the hull all the way to nearly to the top of the board. On this, the version 2, you've got vertical. How can I show you? There's vertical rail to the sides, are very vertical, and then you've got a bevel, and then obviously the flat hull underneath. So you've got this vertical edge, then I don't know, I wouldn't call it a hard rail or even a soft rail, somewhere in between, and then the bevel, and then another fairly soft, fairly hard medium rail going on to the, there you go, there's the bevel, and there's the vertical side. So it's fairly hard, these rails here. You've got 1 and 2 parts to it, and in my opinion, as well as really helping with touchdowns, it adds to the stability of the board. So that sort of side to side when you're kneeling on it, water starting, this board is so stable. It's just a lot more stable than this is 22.5 inches wide. I'd say it's a lot more stable than a board I used to have, which was 24.5 inches wide. So yeah, feels really good. What else to say? Right, the deck. First of all, the deck pad is super grippy, but at the same time, it's not one of those super grippy deck pads that literally acts like a cheese grater on your skin. I've been paddling without a rash vest, and my chest survived, whereas that can't be said for some of the deck pads that I've used. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna come apart at all. It feels like it's really good quality, should last a long, long time. Anyway, the actual deck itself has got a slight recess. So this recess here on the front foot means that your front foot is slightly lower because the recess comes back out to nothing by the time it's around your back foot area. Now, that seems like a bit of a strange concept, your front foot being lower than your back foot, but it really adds to that lovely surfy feel. I didn't really appreciate that until I'd used the board for a fair few times, and you swap back to a board that doesn't have that sort of front foot recess, and you really feel the difference when you're carving around. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow it seems to really help. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, I think I've covered everything. The difference between a custom board and a stock production board, they're all made construction-wise exactly the same way, and you can't change the dimensions. You have to choose from the range of sizes that are available. But if you go for the custom option, you can change the position of the foot strap inserts, the carry handle, the mast tracks, just that sort of thing, and obviously the paint job. Now, when Viga asked me what colour I'd like, I just said, go on, surprise me, and I'm so glad that I left it up to him, because this is sick. I love it, absolutely love the paint job. Yeah, if you go for the custom option, you can have one colour, two colours, or a splash. I'm pretty sure that if you talk to them, you'll find that they're quite happy to do what you'd like within reason, I suppose. One last little thing about the mast tracks. They are nice and long. I've been running Axis and Takuma. Axis I have right at the back of the board, and it works perfectly. Takuma in the I would say in the back, sort of 2/3, the 1095 close to the middle, and I know a lot of people that use Armstrong foils, and they're not budged right up to the front like a lot of people's boards have to run them. So the mast tracks are in a really good position to fit all brands' foils. And I do believe they're working on trying to produce mast tracks that are 50% longer than these, which will just be amazing. But they want to get the quality right, so they're not going to chuck in anything in there until they've tested that they are 100% fit for purpose. So there we go, the Appleslice version 2 wingfoil boards. I really love this board. I've been using it for winging. But I've also recently been using it with my Foil Drive Assist Plus, which is what this little thing is for, to hold the cable in place, if you're wondering. So yeah, it's a very versatile board, available now from their website, and if anyone wants a discount, 5% discount if you quote my discount code. Dominic5 should be coming up on the screen now. So I really hope this has been useful, and if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to fire them my way, and I'll do my best to answer.